Yet might be the most offensive word to a Twitch streamer in the English language. Those three letters inspire so much anger in me. Not yep. Yet. Yet. Hey NL, have you played the Elden Ring DLC yet? You see what those three letters do? There's an implication in there. It's inevitable that it's going to happen. Hey NL, have you listened to Brat yet? Hey NL, have you watched the Fallout Amazon Prime series yet? Those three letters are anathema to me. I don't respect them. It's not on the list. Moreover, there is no list. Hang on, I gotta eat this banana. Pretty good. They're always pretty good. You figure out your overnight oats version of lunch yet? Well, rotisserie chicken cut into quarters, air-fried potatoes is going to have to do for another week. I got that done yesterday. Got the overnight oats done yesterday. Cooked dinner yesterday. Did some laundry yesterday. Changed the sheets yesterday. We're pogging. Recorded a couple straight aspires. 110-minute Peloton ride. Wattage, I need the librarian to audit this. I think it was in the 180s for wattage. But the important thing, cadence, 92 for 110 minutes. He's in his cadence arc. I'm such a pedal-pilled cadence cell right now. $92 out of what? I don't know, realistically, like 120. If you start to go a little bit more than that, I think maybe your hips would fall off. Oh, I can feel your body moving. Is that what she sounds like? Is that Shakira? It's like mixed Kermit the Frog mixed with Levon Helm. I can feel your body moving. It's just, it needs to be a higher register, but I'm not sure I can get that. Herm. I'm trying. It is a little bit more Cher-like. You're not wrong. Name a couple Shakira songs, okay? Whenever, Wherever. Hips Don't Lie. Waka Waka, parentheses, This Time for Africa, close parentheses. Underneath Your Clothes. I remember that one. Underneath your clothes, there's an endless story. I went to one dance in the 9th grade, and that was the last song. That was the slow dance. Yeah, that's a Shakira song. It's true. Why are you late today? My daughter has decided that she only wants pancakes for breakfast. So like every day I gotta pull down the griddle from the overhead bins and then heat it up and then mix the 100 kilogram bag of Crusties with a little bit of water and then pour it back into the measuring cup, then pour the measuring cup onto the hot griddle. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Same with my girlfriend, but she requires M&Ms. I'm not saying anything, man. Good for you guys. Good for you guys. How old are you, by the way? Old enough to be cooking breakfast and not having it cooked for you, but young enough to demand M&M pancakes for breakfast on a weekday? Hello, Jay, by the way. You know how it is with Crusties. We're literally rocking this. We bought one bag of Crusties pancake mix from Costco because we had our family over for Christmas 2023. We're not even halfway through the bag yet. We cook pancakes every day over Christmas. I've been cooking pancakes, once a week ever since, and we're still halfway through the bag. I think we were halfway through the bag like when we bought it. It just never goes away. It's very efficient, man. The bag itself was probably like 11.99 Canadian, and it's made like, I don't even fucking know. It's got to be like 90 breakfasts or something at this point. Is that like a cent per breakfast? It's kind of incredible, to be honest. It's very economical, for sure. Pancakes superior to waffles? No, not even close, but it's superior to make them because you don't have to use like a waffle iron. If somebody else is cooking, I would much rather have the waffles, given the choice. And that's on fleek. You could cook a bunch of pancakes and then refrigerate them so you don't have to cook them every day. Yeah, but microwave pancakes are kind of like ass tier. And also, I resist the notion to take the easy way out of everything. What am I optimizing my life for? So I got more time for B2B sales, more time to watch the new episode of, Big Brother 26 or something like that. Nah, I can find meaning intrinsically. I don't need to chase the dopamine high like that. They're never going to make another show like The Sopranos. They're never going to make another show like Breaking Bad. We're hurrying up to wait for nothing. What are we doing here, man? True, 15 more minutes of The Matrix would be kind of sick. I gotta finish that, but I gotta wait till Friday, man. Hello, everybody. Does the IOC still do DMCAs if you just call your stream something with the word Olympics in it? We're here ranking the Summer Games at the event with the rings. But it's a little bit gauche. It's a little bit old hat to be like, I love watching field hockey, So here's how I was thinking would be a fun lens to rank these. We got 5 tiers. I'm going to rank them by my own personal acumen. And also, my risk of being injured or killed while attempting these events. Because some of these events I could definitely complete. And some of them, I believe, if I tried to compete in them, I would suffer physical injury and perhaps never recover. So I don't know, is this all the sports? Whatever, it's enough. And we can kind of infer from the logo what it is. So I'm going to call this like the bottom tier. I'm going to say attempting will result in injury or death. And then I think, I'm trying to think of what would be the good S tier, because I think I've got the rest like locked in, okay? This one is like, I could complete this event without being injured. I think B is, I could beat the average 12-year-old in this event. I could beat the average 35-year-old in this event. I think that's as good as we could do. Oh, no, you know what? I know what we do. Okay, so this, hang on. We got to move everything like up a tier. Like this. And then I think this one is, I could not complete the event. Because there's events that I personally think that I probably just, I could do it without being killed, but I would probably not be able to actually do the requisite amount. Like, for example, I don't think I could run a marathon right now. I might be able to finish it with just walking, but there's like I do not think, for example, that I don't know what this is, speed climbing. I don't think I could do this in. I don't think I could complete this event. Fix the colors. No, I'm not worried about all of that, to be honest with you. The tiers are reversed. No, they're not. They're just the colors are reversed. You'll get over it. You got nothing to worry about. This is I mean, you don't need the colors to like symbologically tell you if they're good or bad, because there's text that literally tells you explicitly whether it's good or bad, okay? Now, I will say before we get started here, maybe like this, and then I could put myself like right there. Okay. If you can't complete an event, neither could an average 35-year-old. Yeah, I get it. You're an engineer. This is all for like entertainment. You don't have to worry about it too much, all that much, to be honest. Do some of the categories have like, is there a Venn diagram where there's a little bit of overlap between them? Yes, we're going to use something called dealer's choice, poetic license, in order to place it in the area that I feel most appropriate, whether for humor or alternatively for merit, I suppose. Okay. 3x3 basketball. I think this is a given. Could I complete the 3x3 basketball event? Yes. Could I beat the average 12-year-old? Maybe a few weeks ago, I might have said yes. But didn't Ludwig post a video where Slime went up against a 10-year-old in basketball and the 10-year-old sort of rinsed him? I didn't watch the video, but I think the implication was that he got rinsed by the 10-year-old. So me personally, that was a prodigy though. Still, I'm being honest with myself. I certainly at best a below average 35-year-old basketball player. And I feel like a 12-year-old has an advantage in basketball because they're in a gym class and they have like recess where they're playing it probably like 100 times more frequently than I am. So realistically, I think I probably lose to the average team of 12-year-olds in a 3x3 basketball event. But I don't know, because I've never played basketball where I have an advantage in defense. You know what I mean? Like I've never played basketball where I wasn't like one of the shortest dudes on the court. So I don't know if maybe like if it was a team of 35-year-olds against a team of 12-year-olds, maybe we just rinse them based on height. But then also there's a lot of like tall 12-year-olds out there now, man. So I felt like when I was in Korea is like I was taller than everybody that I saw that was like 40 plus, and I was shorter than everybody that was like 12 to 25. Like, I don't know if it's nutrition or like human growth hormone in the milk or whatever, but they're getting tall these days, man. I think I lose this, okay? Archery, you might call this like a little bit of a I'm artificially placing it. I honestly don't think I could complete the event. As like I could go up there and stand, but I don't think I could pull back the arrow with enough force to hit the target in 18 pulls. I think that like I'm not from Wales. I don't have that kind of like I don't have the strength in my forearm to pull that back, and I certainly don't think I could aim. So I'm going to take me personally, I think zeroing out means that I could not complete the event. Now, this is important, okay? This is gymnastics, but what kind of gymnastics is it? If this is just gymnastics in general, hang on, I'm looking. I don't see any other gymnastics. I think that I could, well, this one's tough. It's either, I would say without a doubt, the best I could do is not complete the event. Which is to say, I don't think I can get on the high bar, and I certainly think if I got on the high bar, I could not do a rotation. I don't think my wrists would allow me to do a rotation on the pommel horse. I think I would eat the vault like right in the center of my solar plexus if I took a running start at it. I would go ahead and say, like, the floor routine, I could do something on the floor routine without dying, but it wouldn't be impressive. So to be honest, I think I got to say, like, attempting this would result in injury. Probably not death, but injury for certain. Some of that stuff, I mean, it's pretty amazing what people are able to do in gymnastics. You see that American guy who was, they had him on the team just so he could ult on the pommel horse. Bro was sleeping for like 3 hours. They poked him a little bit. He woke up, nailed the pommel horse, and got America the bronze medal. The Olympics got some great moments, man. It's kind of sick. You can see the gymnast on the Canadian team who looks just like Ludwig. He even kind of sounds like Ludwig, which makes me think that actually, like, he has grown up watching Ludwig. You might not know him if you haven't been watching Canadian Olympic entertainment, because we came 8th in the men's floor routine, which is last. But it's last of the best, I guess. It's better than coming 9th, I suppose. But he does, right? He does look like Ludwig. I'll tell you, if you watch this CBC, you would think that like Canada is rinsing everybody else in the Olympics. It's like 9 hours of just Canadian wins, and then you check the medal count, and you're like, what the fuck? We got like 3 medals. South Korea, China, and Japan have like 32 medals already. You would think like Canada's taking on the world, man. Although I did see part of that Canada versus France women's basketball game where like it was 18-18 and then France scored literally like 20 unanswered points and then just ran the table on us. I don't really know the relative rankings of women's basketball teams. I'm going to assume that America's probably number 1. Anyway, long story short, let's move on. This is synchronized swimming, right? Yes, okay. That's kind of a tough one to answer because much like 3x3, I kind of like need a partner for that. I feel like all 3 of these are sometimes like exactly the same. Like if in some events, if I could beat the average 35-year-old, I could beat the average 12-year-old. In some events, if I could beat the average 12-year-old, I could beat the average 35-year-old. But I think I would definitely complete synchronized swimming without being injured. I certainly would not drown. I can swim, and I could put my arm up in the air and like go under the water. Now, would it look good? No, it would look horrible. I've never done synchronized swimming, but I definitely would not drown. I could complete this event without being injured. Track and field, let's just call this like 100 to 400 meter dash. I'm just being real with you. We're talking the average. I beat the average 12-year-old and the average 35-year-old in track. I got the cardio. I got the VO2 max. I got the low resting heart rate. I got the optimal blood pressure. This one's not even... And the average 12-year-old might be the average 35-year-old in track. But you're right. I'm a Peloton merchant, okay? No way you beat a 12-year-old at running. It wouldn't even be close. A 12-year-old's legs are like... I don't even know how to describe it. They're completely smooth. There's no ripples or anything. I've got the legs of like Major Kusanagi when she rips the head off the spider tank at the end of Ghost in the Shell, okay? I'm not trying to flex, but the quads are quadding. The human growth hormone has been released from the pituitary gland, and I be hitting progressive overload 5-6 days a week on the bike, okay? Like this, not to mention they're carrying around my like 170-pound body every day. Trust me, this one's not even close. I'm rinsing... The average, by the way, have you been outside in North America? These are not 12-year-olds in like 1982 where they were doing track and field like 10 hours a day, okay? They're on their iPads, they're playing Fortnite, they're being driven to like Math Academy 6 days a week, okay? I'm rinsing the average 12-year-old. Are there faster 12-year-olds than me? Without a doubt. The average 12-year-old, I don't even know if they could finish a 100-meter race, okay, without walking. So I'm taking them. Don't even worry about that. Now, badminton's another one where I'm like, there's no shot I'm not completing the event. Like, I could complete the event without being injured as a given. I play a little bit of tennis, but I'm not great at it, and I don't know how transferable that is to badminton. I do think, though, if I'm being honest, I think I beat the average 12-year-old in badminton. Hey, Indie Mouse, thank you for the subscription. Welcome, Indie Mouse. Congratulations to Australia on your performance in the games so far. I think, honestly, I'm putting some heat on it. I think I might be the average 35-year-old in badminton. Just by my organizing premise is that I have better cardio than the average 35-year-old. It's probably a push in racket skills. I think I could take the average 35-year-old in that. Baseball. Now, again, this is a team sport. So I'm imagining a team of me's against a team of 12-year-olds, basically. And if I'm being honest with you, I mean, hitting is no joke. We're gonna be knocking balls out of the park. If they're throwing, like 60-mile-an-hour fastballs, with our adult bodies, we're going yard on those, okay? That being said, every once in a while I'm at the park and there's baseball diamonds there. Sometimes when they're playing catch, the ball goes out of the diamond. I always run over and try to throw it back and realize that I haven't thrown a baseball in 20 years and the throw is horrendous, and then I have to apologize to the kids I was trying to throw it back to. So I do think that on fielding, my team would really, really struggle to get 3 outs. So I would honestly go ahead and say that I think a team of 12-year-olds would probably rinse me. Just to be honest, I think we got no defense. I can catch, but I've lost the ability to throw. Now, similarly, I think that 5x5 basketball, 3x3 basketball, I'm going to keep those adjacent just because it seems to make sense. This is beach volleyball. Beach volleyball is kind of interesting. I feel like the average person would, or maybe, is it water polo? You might be right. No, this is emoji for sand. Water polo is going to have well, is this riding a horse on water? I guess there's no consistency in this world. This is water polo, I think. Even though there's no water? Because that's not volleyball. Because they're holding the ball. That's handball? That's illegal. Anyway, whatever. We'll figure it out. It's on the bottom row. Ah, that's water polo. Okay. Can I ask you, what is this? Yoga? That's fencing? Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see it. I thought, no, this is fencing. Unless there's foil and ipe or whatever in the... What is this then? Is softball in the Olympics? I'm learning a lot, honestly. It looks like softball because they're doing the windmill pitch, but I didn't know softball was in the Olympics. It isn't anymore, but it was in 2020. Okay. They literally, is so embarrassing. They took it out. They put it on as a demonstration sport and then said, nah, we're not vibing with this. Fuck you, Jenny Finch. They're bringing it back in 2028. The French don't fuck with softball? What's going on, man? What's the bottom left? Surfing? I think. Diving? You don't dive with a paddleboard. That's diving? Oh, that's their legs. Okay, that's diving. You got me. There's no skateboarding on this list. I thought I saw a skateboard grinding on a railing somewhere. There is. Yeah, there is. Check it out. Okay, anyway, we got to move on here. We're getting distracted. It's to your left. That's your right? Nah, kid, I'm inverted. Beach volleyball. I really don't know where to place this one, to be honest with you. I could play beach volleyball without getting injured. My wrists might hurt a little bit, but I'm not going to break a bone or tear something on average. I think honestly, we're generating a little heat on this one. I think we could beat the average 12-year-old in beach volleyball. I can jump higher than the average 12-year-old. I'm at least a little bit taller. I've got longer arms, which just seems like an advantage for bumping. This is mountain biking so this is downhill biking. This is like the velodrome. And this is BMX. I think in BMX, attempting this event will result in injury or death. I got pretty strong cycling fundamentals, but anytime I'm going to have to do like some jumping, some platforming at speed, I'm going to fall down and die. It's cyclocross. I think that's even worse, right? Like, isn't that downhill, like 4 racer heats where you like bump into each other and stuff? Like that one, I'm pretty sure leads to me falling off my bike and breaking a bone for sure. Now, let me tell you, boxing, at a minimum, I'm rinsing the average 12-year-old. I got a reach advantage, probably a weight advantage, probably a fitness advantage. Like this would be ugly. Do not drop me into a 6th grade boxing competition. I'm gonna come in the top half, okay? I'm making the cut to play in the whole weekend. Now, average 35-year-old, I don't know. To be honest with you. I don't know if I feel confident saying that I could beat the average 35-year-old. Listen, I have to put 35-year-old man because that's how they do it in the Olympics as well. I'm not comfortable going high. This is not, it says average 35-year-old. It doesn't say average Olympian. I probably could, but I don't feel confident putting myself in there just because you never know. I feel like people are like the average 35-year-old, drinks like 20 beers a week. I don't think that's true. I think you have a distorted average. But that being said, the average 35-year-old may have been in fights when they were like 16 years old and have some experience with hand-to-hand combat, whereas I don't, outside of like Rumbleverse. So I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to keep myself in the I could beat the average 12-year-old in this event, okay? Assume the average 35-year-old is like Dan. You guys need to leave your houses. First off, Dan's not 35. Secondly, he's like in the top 10% of fitness for like his age and my age. You need to go to like Target on a Saturday at 11 a.m. and then tell me that Dan is the average like 40-year-old. Then I want to be clear. That's why I put average here, okay? Because it gives us like a baseline that we can work with. In North America, no offense, but if I could beat the average 35-year-old American in an event, I'm rinsing the average 35-year-old like Luxembourgian. In boxing, it's over for you. I'm sorry. It's going like know your place, okay? You can insult Canada, you can insult the United States of America, but don't forget who's on top in men's basketball right now, okay? No shot. I would go sport for sport with the average Luxembourgian. Do they beat us in cycling? Yes. Do they beat us in taking 6 weeks off every summer to enjoy a vacation while having optimal work-life balance? Yeah, without a doubt. Ice hockey, welcome to hell. Do you even know how to skate? Do they even make skates there? That's what I thought. Yes, we make skates. Okay. Yeah, sure you do. No skates. No skates, no Chipotle, no Chick-fil-A. What are you even doing over there? Luxembourg is higher latitude than Vancouver. Okay, somebody better tell like the ice then. Maybe they should have the Winter Olympics there. Okay, this is canoeing. Or like this is this is team canoe. This is individual kayak. Individual kayak, I'll tell you, I know that it takes place in like a flowing river. I think that I could do it without dying, but I could not complete the event. I could not reliably get through the gates. I could not complete the spirit of the event, at least. I've kayaked before. I don't think I'm getting injured, man. Like I've kayaked before. Could you die? Yes. I probably won't die. I'm definitely not like putting down a time, but I think I could certainly complete the event. Have you seen the river they go down? I know all about fucking Hackney Downs or whatever it's called, Piccadilly Circus. I know all about that. You're forced to wear a life vest? Exactly. Well, no, I think I could not complete the event. If I tip over, it's over, but I'll live. I don't think I'm getting injured. I think I'd be all right. Team canoeing or row? Is this rowing? I don't know. Is this paddle boarding? Holy cow, what is this? They're throwing a sonic boom out there. Canoe sprint? I would go ahead and say, yet again, I don't think I could complete this event. I've never really done it. And I think I would go out too hard and then be completely gassed like 10% of the way through the event. If it was a team of me's, I think we're not making it, to be honest with you. You would probably have to be rescued. Yeah, I don't know if you can like turn those things. Can I turn to go to the shore and take a little break? Let's just be honest, from the icon. So this is like trick. By freestyle BMX, attempting this will result in injury or death. Even going up the ramp and then trying to come back down would probably lead to a dismount. So I think, I'm probably dying in that one without a doubt. And then this is downhill BMX or cyclocross, in which case I would also probably die or be injured. Yeah, I think I would. That's downhill mountain biking. Yeah, I think I'd certainly be injured. That might be the scariest one of all of them. You're going over like rocks and stuff. You're going over. Don't they ride on those like those wooden bridges that have like the cambered turns and stuff like that? But you think you can kayak? The thing is, with the kayak, the river's pushing me along a little bit, but I can still like use my paddle to slow my descent. Whereas on the mountain bike, I mean, I can hold the brakes, but as soon as I hit like a pebble, I'm going ass over tea kettle, man. Like it's over for me. Isn't that true? Yeah, and mountain biking is like as soon as you hit the brakes, it's over. Also, I think I learned how to ride a bike wrong. Did anybody else grow up being told that you never use the front bikes on your bike? Because if you jam on the brakes, you'll do a nose wheelie and then fall over the front. Then you get older and you find out that actually you're just supposed to use both. Like I feel like they taught me the heuristic of like never use the front brake, and then they're like, we'll get back to that in advanced lessons, and then they just sort of forgot about it, man. They never taught me the advanced braking technique. Now diving, I'm torn on diving. Do I think I could beat the average 35-year-old in diving? I think we could tie, for sure, with like a 0.0. I definitely feel like I would lose to the average 12-year-old simply because I weigh more, so they're more likely to survive hitting the water. I don't think... here's why I'm torn, okay? If I jumped off the diving board and went into the water intentionally legs first, I've completed the event and I'm living. And gravity's doing all the work for me. If I jump and attempt to dive head first, I definitely think there's a high risk of injury or death. Probably injury, but maybe death. I think the spirit of this is that we would attempt the sport in good faith, in which case I think that attempting it would result in injury or death. Could I cheat the system with like a loophole and live? Probably. But I don't think that's what we're going for here. I disagree. It's tall, right? It's like 20 meters up there or something. It's crazy. It's 22 to 27 meters. That's fucked up, dude. That's crazy. I don't even know if I could climb a 20-meter tall ladder without my legs shaking. Just from the height, man. 3 meters you could do. Yeah. 3 meters, no problem. I'm not doing any flips or anything, but okay. Both horse riding events, I'm just going to be honest with you. I know this one you just kind of like trot around. This is dressage, right? It's like making the horse walk all goofy to demonstrate mankind's superiority over other species. And this is like the agility course, the Germa agility course. Both of these, I think I get thrown from the horse and injured, possibly kicked in the head and killed. Even though this one is not at speed, I think just being on the horse is going to know that like this guy doesn't have control over me and he's going to bump me off and maybe like teabag me. So I think like these are both, I'm cooked on both of these. Field hockey, I feel confident. This one's a bit weird, but like mechanically speaking, I feel like I definitely complete the event without being injured. But I feel like the average 12-year-old team might beat me because they're closer to the ground, which means that they don't have to bend over as much for the stick to hit the ball. And when you hit 35, like it, you start to really feel it when you're bending over for that long. So I sort of feel like if you're on the younger side, like you have a bit of an advantage here. Also, I do feel like I have to say, like 12-year-old, some people in chat are talking like a 12-year-old kid is like a 5-year-old. In any of these sports, I'm beating a 5-year-old. I'm beating like 100 5-year-olds at the same time. But like a 12-year-old, they've been on the earth long enough to like get some practice. They got a little bit of exercise in recess and gym class and stuff like this, but like, maybe the top should be like, could I beat the average like 22-year-old or something like that? Okay, maybe I couldn't beat 100 5-year-olds in skateboarding, but 15-year-old is like peak physicality? What are you doing? No, it's not, man. Like okay, maybe in the normal populace, okay, like in the average populace of people who graduate high school, then go to college and then work like a white collar job, yeah, probably like 18, 19 is like your physical peak because they're forcing you to do sports and exercise in school for a while at least. But like there's a reason that, the best professional athletes in the world are like 20 to usually like 28 years old, I think. 15 is crazy. Like if you throw a 15-year-old LeBron James into the NBA, dude's putting up like 2 points a game, I think. Anyway, 15 is like esports or women's street skateboarding, apparently, where the average age was like 16. Anyway. So why wouldn't you beat the average 12-year-olds in hockey? Because they're closer to the ground, man. They're closer to the ground so they don't have to bend over as much. And they got less wear and tear on their joints. So the best hockey players are shorter? No, but they're professional hockey players, man. That's the difference. These are average motherfuckers. We haven't trained for this shit, man. I'm telling you, I think the kids will impress you in this one because they don't have to bend over as far to get their sticks on the ball. Hey, you can make your own list if you want, okay? Fencing, I'll be honest with you. Fencing kind of falls in the gap between these two, okay? Because I could definitely complete the event and lose. But I definitely think I would be injured. Because I have, it depends on your definition of injury, I guess. I have 2 nieces that are really into fencing. And like whenever they come over, they're like, hey, check out these bruises that I got from fencing. And I'm like, damn, they're really letting like 9-year-olds get the shit kicked out of them at fencing class, right? Like even though they got the Vega mask on and they got the suit on and stuff like that, and then the swords are like blunt, like they get bruises that are like that big. It's insanity, man. So I mean, I get hurt for sure. I don't know if I'd call it an injury. I feel like an injury is something that means I could not continue. Otherwise, I would never be able to complete like any of these. Like if an injury that forces me to withdraw. I fenced for years. I never got bruises. Damn, you must be like in the Olympics right now then. You never got hit? That's crazy. Listen, I'm not trying to call your fencing into question because I don't know the level you fenced at. I went to one of their practices once and their coach was literally J.K. Simmons from Whiplash. So if you're going to tell me that these kids are fencing wrong, you got to take it up with this like 5'4" guy from France who was like screaming at 9-year-olds, okay? I think this motherfucker knew what he was doing. There were like 100 pictures of him in the gym and in every single one he looked like this. He had arms, he was like, there's no smiles at all. So this guy, I'm saying you could fence right and still get bruises, okay? Well, in that case, yeah. Well, I don't know. No, because I got so much more reach than the average 12-year-old. Yeah. 35-year-old, I'm just not confident. I'm not confident, but I definitely think I'm... But then, wait, isn't being short... I don't want to say it's an advantage in fencing, but it gives you an asymmetry that you can exploit if you know what you're doing, right? Not really? Reach usually wins. Okay. Soccer? Here's my base case here, okay? My base case is that adult men will be better than 12-year-old boys in sports where musculature by default gives you an insane advantage. In soccer, I think just being 50 to 100 pounds heavier on average doesn't really give you much of an advantage unless you really know how to put that weight into the ball when you're striking it. So I feel like, to be honest with you, a team of average 12-year-olds probably beats a team of me's in soccer. Don't get me wrong, like the cardio is good, but I don't know what I'm doing with the ball, to be honest with you. I don't think I have any control with the passes or the strikes or even the dribbling. And also, if we're talking about North America, we got soccer culture here, but it's taken like a long time to actually flower, right? Like most kids, they play a little bit of soccer until they're like 7 or 8, and then they fuck off to like other sports. If we're going up against, European, South American, or Asian 12-year-olds, I'm getting cooked, man. Now, do we win it back in ice hockey? No question. That's not even a contest. It's probably they'd have to pull the mercy rule, to be honest with you. But in soccer, yeah, I think on average we'd run into trouble. Golf. I think that the average 35-year-old definitely beats me in golf because my golf experience is 0. And the median 35-year-old man has at least 1 minute of golf experience. So I think that's a given. I think the 12-year-olds, honestly, it's 50-50. I definitely feel like I could complete the event. There's no way I'm getting injured. I don't think I know what I'm doing well enough to get injured hitting the golf ball. I have hit a golf ball. I've been golfing 3 or 4 times in my life. They were all like 15 years ago. There's a mercy rule. If you hit the stroke limit, does that count as a DNF? And what is the stroke limit? Because if I had to guess, so like what is 18 holes is like a par, like 72 or something like that? Oh, there's a stroke limit per hole. Well, that still counts as finishing it, though. Yeah, there's no shot I'm not finishing the event then. They're not going to give you a DNF. They're just going to give you like a 14 times 18 is your score and tell you to never come back. I definitely finished the event. Handball, this is kind of a technicality. I could not compete in the event because I don't know the rules. It doesn't seem like it is that dangerous, but I don't know what I'm doing. Honestly, we don't really play that stuff in North America. All you do is throw the ball? What do you mean, though? You grab the ball and throw the ball? I'm putting it here because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to touch the ball with my feet, and then a bunch of like Swedish guys are going to execute me or something. I don't trust myself to be here. I would recuse myself. I don't think I could complete this event. They would kick me off the team. Judo, attempting this will result in injury or death. Now, I feel like Olympian martial artists, they would realize very quickly that they outmatched me by a factor of 100. But on the first throw, before they knew my power level, whatever they did would probably cause me to have to withdraw from the competition, if not be paralyzed for life. So I'm going to just be realistic about that one. I think attempting this would result in injury or death. They could tell from your stance. Oh, really? Really? When I walked up and hit him with one of these? They'd probably be scared, dude. They'd be like, oh shit, I'm going up against DJ. That's boxing? You can use whatever stance you want, I think. Victorian fisticuffs. The trapezoidal weights. Jumping over anything on a horse, I would be killed. I would be injured at a minimum. Now, what is this? Tai Chi? Karate? Karate is a non-contact sport, right? Isn't it just like breaking boards and LARPing about like beating up a bully in the alley behind your school? Is there really karate in the Olympics? I'm going to make some people very upset when I say this, but like, I thought karate was kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? I thought it was kind of like cardio martial arts. Like you do it to stay in shape and like throw some strikes, but you don't actually make contact with your opponent. Because I don't want to get myself in trouble here, but I remember Kate telling me, she's like, I'm pretty strong. Like when I was a kid, I was in Taekwondo, and I was like a yellow belt or something. I don't know what belt she was. And I was like, before I knew what Taekwondo was, I was like, whoa, that sounds like pretty serious. Like I thought it was like Krav Maga or something like that. Then you actually like see Taekwondo, and it's like a bunch of 10-year-olds that are like posted up, and then the coach goes like, do something, and they go, ha! And you're like, you're not breaking that shit out if you end up getting into a brawl or something like that. That's a North American thing? This shit was in Korea, man. This is in South Korea, like the birthplace of Taekwondo. And then what is this? Because isn't this karate? This looks like Morpheus versus Neo, man. No, judo is the throwing, that you throw them with the belt. One of these is, there's demonstration karate, and then there's that's Taekwondo. This doesn't make any sense to me, man. First one is kata, which is non-contact. Okay, well, if the first one is kata, which is non-contact, I could complete this event without being injured. I don't think I could beat the average 12-year-old because that's like the prime demographic for karate, I think. Not to be rude. I think it's just like if you run a martial arts academy, probably like your average karate patron is like 9. So this seems like the further away you get from that, like the more in trouble I would be. Could I beat the average 35-year-old? I don't think so. Because like I never took karate, and maybe like the median 35-year-old took it for like a year or something like that. And then this is sparring. Basically anything with hand-to-hand combat, I would be killed, I think. Or not killed, but immobilized. Disarmed. Now, am I correct in the assumption? Probably not, now that I look at it. Is this like triathlon? This is marathon swimming? Open swim. What is open swim? Oh, triathlon's definitely at the bottom. It's in the, okay, no, I recognize it as outside. What's the length? 10 kilometers? Okay, I need to ask some kinematic questions about this. Because this one is kind of like a technicality. There's no shot I'm completing a 10-kilometer swim. That's a given. So let's just start with here. But I don't think I'm going to drown because they will rescue me. Like there's going to be boats like following the athletes around, and I'll go like, hello, please take me out. But I don't think that's a technicality. You might say like there's people around in all the sports. Yeah, but like no referee is stopping me from breaking my neck in the 27-meter dive. Like they would have to be the Flash. So I think I'll definitely take a DNF on this one. I would not die, but I could not complete the event. That's a given. So this is like the pentathlon, the modern pentathlon. I'll just keep it simple. There's a horse riding event in this one. I would be injured or killed. That's a given. Now, rhythmic gymnastics, to me, there's no risk of injury. On average, maybe I turn an ankle, but I could like nut up and finish the routine. I honestly think I'm more graceful than the average 35-year-old man. I walk on my toes. I got hops. I honestly think I would look pretty good in the gymnast outfit. I think the average 35-year-old North American man, I beat them in this event. Now, to be fair, I probably lose to the average 12-year-old because I don't think I'm, like, they're probably doing, like, somersaults and stuff. But I definitely, like, just to be honest, I think I could beat the average 35-year-old in rhythmic gymnastics. You could do a somersault with a little bit of practice, yeah. That's about it, though. Now, this, finally... Cycling in the velodrome, it's not even a contest. This is peak for me. The average 35-year-old is getting cooked in this. The average 12-year-old is getting cooked in this. This is like basically level ground. There's no gravity working against me. This is road cycling. It doesn't matter. They're cooked. The bicycle moves. This is the velodrome. Oh, you're right. It doesn't matter. They're done. As long as I'm in control of the speed instead of Isaac Newton being in control of the speed, it's over. I know how to steer. I've ridden bikes, man. You got nothing to worry. The average 35-year-old. I'm telling you that we're doing salami slicing here. This is a take that's going to give me a lot of -2s. I have no problem seeing cyclists on the road. Every time I see a cyclist on the road, I do think to myself, first, emotionally, I'm like, but I could be going 5 kilometers an hour faster. But then I think, but if these guys weren't on their bikes, they would probably be in cars. And then I would be like 250 meters back because there would be like way more traffic on the road. Like yesterday was the first day in the summer where it really rained all day. And when I went to pick up my daughter from daycare, it took me a lot longer to get to the daycare because instead of cycling, more people were driving. So I had like way more traffic to deal with. And I realized that even though the cyclists sometimes make you go a little bit slower than you want to go, that it pays for itself in the fact that they're not in cars slowing everybody else down as well. That being said, I always try to like clock their speed by matching them to my speedometer. The average 35-year-old isn't even out there on the road. The 35-year-olds that are out there on the road, they are sending their best. And the best is not good enough, okay? Now, I understand that they're commuting to work. They're not trying to compete in like the Tour de France or something like that. But there's a lot of times out there when I'm like, you're not even pedaling. Like, what are you? You're coasting on a flat, man. You're coasting on a flat. Get a life, okay? Get an e-bike or something like that. There is no, I'm the average 35-year-old, I'm taking them to the mat, okay? It's over. You don't want to be drenched with sweat at work. It's done. I'm saying if they spent as much time on the trainer in the winter as they spent on Amazon looking up the goofy ass USPS helmet that they wear when they're doing like 17 kilometers an hour at 6:15 a.m. on Sunday morning, that would serve them a lot better, okay? You got your own custom brewed maltodextrin beverage in your beverage holder, doing 8 kilometers an hour on an open road. Come on, dude, I'm in zone 2. You're getting taken to the mat. It's over, okay? Now, are there better 35-year-old cyclists than me? Probably. They're in the Olympics right now. But the average, I would bet everything I have that we crush the average here, as long as they're not Dutch. Now, pairs fishing, pairs canoeing, pairs kayaking, I could not complete the event. That's a given. If anything, the team row I stand a better chance in because my maladroitness is diluted by the fact that there's more people. If there's only 2, my opponent is going to kill me. Or not, my teammate is going to kill me, I mean. You just row on the beat? I don't think I could complete the event. I think I would be gassed. It's a different kind of cardio, man. The biking, like at this, I know you'd think like the cardio is transferable. And in some ways, I think it is. Like, I think you can go like biking to running. And for the most part, you're like, your heart and lungs are doing the same thing. But like, as soon as you involve a considerable amount of like upper body musculature, I'm like, it's a different ball game, man. It's more anaerobic, I think. Just pretend to row. I think if I have to drop the oars, that counts as me not completing the event. You push with your legs, though. Listen, my foundation for this is like, I'm in a boxing class right now, and I thought that I was going to I basically thought the coach was going to be like, holy cow, who is this guy who's not even sweating during the boxing class because his cardio is so good? I was humbled very quickly, like 40 minutes into the 60-minute boxing lesson. I was like, holy shit, this is like a completely different ball game, man. Like the lungs and the heart were doing okay, but the arms and the shoulders and the lats were hurting like a son of a gun. So I think that it's naive. It's like the same way I hate when people are like, I'd probably win a boxing match because like I'm 6'2" and they're 6 feet. Like, you don't know what you're doing with it, man. That's me in the boxing class. I was like, oh, I do a lot of cardio, so I'd probably be like the best boxer in the class. And then after like 50 minutes of boxing, he's like, do a push-up. And I'm like, literally, I can't. You know, I think you got to be honest about your physical abilities. Having not really rowed, I don't think I'm completing the distance of the rowing event, man. I don't think it can be, I don't think I could, I don't know how long it is, but I don't think I'm contributing to completing the event. Let's put it that way. It's 2 kilometers. Nah, man, it's not happening. With a month of training, sure. I'll be honest with you, rugby, I'm beating I don't know where I placed it. Where's rugby? Where did my rugby go? I've deleted it from the CSS somehow. Chat, where did it go? It's third in DNF. There it is. It's right under your mouse pointer. I'm rinsing the average 12-year-old. You're getting hurt? Not against 12-year-olds. Copium? What do you... They should be scared. There's a reason 12-year-olds don't compete against 35-year-old men in rugby. This tier list doesn't make sense. It makes perfect sense. By that logic, judo should be up there? Nah, I don't think so. It's not as funny this way. In rugby, I'm beating the average 12-year-old. Now, am I beating the average 35-year-old? In this case, I think no, because I think the average 35-year-old man in North America has 30 pounds on me, and I think that makes a big difference. If I get loose, I'm probably getting the score, okay? And neither of us are kicking the ball through the fucking uprights. This goofy ass fucking like durian shape or whatever. But I'm rocking a team of 12-year-olds. That's not even close. Parasailing. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't think I'm dying if I'm parasailing or windsurfing or whatever. I think I'm getting on the boat, falling off, and then swimming to the shore, which is probably like less than 100 meters away. If the boat hit me in the head, I'd probably die. But I think realistically, I'm probably just making it back to shore one boat down. It's a technical knowledge issue. Well, yeah, I don't even know what the event is really. It's kind of like a handball situation. I don't know if you're doing tricks or if it's like a race or whatever, but I'm definitely not completing the event because I don't think I could steer reliably. But I don't see this killing me because I'm not falling 30 meters into the water. Skeet shooting. I'll just keep it real with you. I could complete this event without being injured. Unless I hit myself, there's no shot. I don't even know if it would probably hurt, but isn't it like a rubber bullet or something? Could I beat the average 12-year-old? I have no reason to believe that I would be a better shooter than the average 12-year-old. I have no reason to believe that I would be a better shooter than the average 35-year-old. So just realistically, I think that this is where I'm most confident putting this. You're better than a 12-year-old here? I feel like being older and bigger and faster doesn't give you an advantage in a sport where it's driven by like perception and equipment, right? Zoomers don't know how to aim, but neither do you. First off, Zoomers are not 12. I think that's like fucking Gen Zeta Jones or whatever right now, but you're right. That's basically what I'm saying. I'm not saying the average 12-year-old is going to be cracked because they play a lot of Fortnite. I'm saying like we're both going to be pure ass. I personally don't. If I'm being honest, I don't think there's anything that I can put in my pro column that guarantees that I'm elevated above the average 12 or 35-year-old. So I think that I'm comfortable. I complete the event for sure. Maybe I'd be better than the average 50-year-old because I wouldn't have to like check my phone in between each shot because I have some mental. But you shot a gun before, like a 22. I don't know what you're shooting. Is this like a 50 cal? It's a bazooka. Street skateboarding. I have been injured or died while doing it. So I would definitely be injured or killed. I mean, like at the height of my skateboarding abilities, which was around age 12 or 13, I could definitely get down a ramp without falling. And I could ollie, and that's about it. That's about it. But I bought my skateboard at Canadian Tire I told the story before. I did a nose stall on like the front step of my grandparents' house, and the trucks just fucking fell off. That's how shit the skateboard was. It was like $19 in the year 1999. So like it was pretty cheap, but still. Could you ollie up a curb? Age 13? Yeah. Yeah, I could push to get enough speed and ollie onto a curb without falling off, and then immediately dismount and catch my breath. Age 35, not even, I'm trying to figure out where I fall. It's probably on the first push. Softball. Softball is an interesting one. I played softball for 10 years of my youth without really being great at it. So I could definitely complete the event without being injured. Let's be realistic. It's baseball. Like, it's not, the risk is relatively low. That's shot putting. Can you imagine if they did the Jenny Finch, man, on a shot put? That shit weighs like 12 pounds or something. That would be rip your rotator cuff, Kerry Wood. I feel like 12-year-olds are cracked at baseball. The average 12-year-old. Obviously, in the MLB, they're going to get washed or walked every time, but this is like, that's what they spend their whole summer doing if they're not playing Fortnite on iPad. So, Olympic shot put is 16 pounds? What? That's crazy, man. I guess now that I think about it, when you look at like an Olympic shot putter, they tend to be pretty big. Speed climbing. I'm not trying to put this on a technicality. I don't think I get injured because they have you on a harness. If you weren't on a harness, I probably am not dying. I'm just getting injured because I'm only getting like 2 handholds up before I slip. That's the only thing that saves me, is that I would fall so fast I couldn't really get into that much trouble. But like, I genuinely, I'm being humble but also honest. I don't think I could climb the entire wall. I think I would either, my forearms would get fatigued as I started making it up, or I would get scared and just hug the wall. I don't think I'm making it to the top, man. I'm not a good climber. Climbing is like, of my physical attributes, climbing is like a F tier for me. I wouldn't even put it in the D tier. I'm bottom heavy and I never really trained it. Plus, I am scared of heights. So I just, this is like my nightmare personally. I was thinking about joining a climbing gym, but it's tough because I don't like climbing. But I think that's kind of like why I want to do it, is to start liking climbing. And obviously it's like a great workout. And then the other thing is, oh no, someone said they're always insanely crowded. Because that's what I was going to say, is like, it's so fucking hard to play tennis. Because all the classes for adults that are at like reasonable hours are full. And then all the ones that aren't full are at like 8 a.m. on Wednesdays and shit like that. I was like, at least it's probably got lots of opportunities to do it. And then they're like, fuck, dude. Boulder outside? I'll die! I need to at least get like some practice with the, a 23-year-old guy who lived in Hawaii for 5 years after he dropped out of high school. Like, I need him to teach me how to not die first. 6 p.m. on a weekday's packed at most gyms. Son of a bitch, man. Okay, surfing. I'm not completing the event. That's a given. I really don't. It's one of those things where I think I'm lucky that I'm not even close to good at it. I don't think I would die, man. Because I think I would paddle out on my stomach and then try to stand up and then fall down and then just like swim back to shore. If I was like a little good at surfing, the risk of death would be higher because I could actually get myself into trouble. But like, I think because I'm so ass at surfing, I couldn't really get myself out deep enough to not swim back to shore. I saw a pro almost die the other day. Yeah, because they're like hitting the waves, man. I don't think I'm even making it to the queue. As a result, how would I die? Like, I can swim. I don't know. I guess I should have mentioned that closer to the start of the segment. I wouldn't say I'm a great swimmer, but I can comfortably swim. So I don't think I'm really surfing. Don't get me wrong. But, like, I don't think I'm dying. It's in Tahiti this year? Where the fuck is Tahiti? Aren't the Olympics in France? They're doing the surfing in French Polynesia? Yo, but I bet that Athletes Village goes crazy, man. I thought it was crazy that they did the snowboarding stuff in Whistler when they had the Olympics in Vancouver. This shit is 9,000 miles away. Waves up to 7 meters. Again, I'm just telling you, it doesn't matter because I'm not going to get hit because I'm not making it like, I'm not making it. Olympic surfing is the most dangerous sport. Yeah, if you're good at it. I know it sounds like counterintuitive, but I'm like, if you're ass at it, I think this is one of those sports that's like less dangerous if you're ass than if you're good. Because if you're good, you're getting on the wave, but if you're ass, you're not even making it to the lineup. So I don't see myself drowning, man. It's the same as climbing. If you're like decent at climbing, that's scary because you can get high up there. If you're pure shit at climbing, you know, you might break your tailbone or something like that, but you're probably not dying. I think, where did I put this? I think I could not complete the event. That's a given, but I don't think attempting it would result in injury or death. Diving is like, of these sports, maybe the most dangerous, I think, to be complete ass at. Is that, it's got to hit like concrete if you land like parallel, right? Downhill mountain biking also dangerous for sure. Gymnastics or mountain biking? I think gymnastics, I'm probably spraining a wrist. That's about it. Swimming. I could complete any non-outdoor swimming event without being injured. That's a given. 100 meters, 400 meters. I'm not setting a good time in either of them, but yeah, I'm definitely completing the event without getting injured. Now, I don't know the kinematics for a 12-year-old. Because, like, I take my daughter to swimming classes, and it's all, like, 3-year-olds to 15-year-olds. Like, that's, like, peak swimming time in your life. I think you can get some, again, this is not average, I guess. So I was just, like, for my own personal metrics, you can get some pretty cracked, like, 12-year-olds at swimming. I got the musculature, for sure, versus a 12-year-old. And I don't know, 35 is weird because the only time I see the average 35-year-old man in water is like in a hot tub. You see like 60-year-old men doing laps in hotel pools from time to time, but then like, I feel like the average men in their 30s, like I don't think I've ever seen them parallel to the surface of the water. They're always perpendicular, standing up with like an aluminum bottle of Coors Light in a koozie. So I don't really know. I don't really know how to do this one. No average 12-year-old could do the butterfly stroke. Yeah, I can't do the butterfly stroke either. I mean, I could do it for like, 3 or 4 strokes, but then my ass is going to default to like the front crawl or something. I don't know. I feel like complete is fine. I feel like a 12-year-old could rinse me. Kids spend a lot of time in swimming pools relative to adults. As an adult, it's pretty rare for me to go to a swimming pool. Also, I don't even get to swim because like my daughter's like, take me into the pool, and then she needs someone to like supervise her 100% of the time. So I'm like, I could try to do like 2 lengths, but there is like a 30% chance that when I come back, I'm going to have to like dive to the bottom of the pool and get her. So I think I'm comfortable with it being there. Ping pong, also known as table tennis. I could complete it without being injured. I think that the I would have said that I could beat the average 12-year-old in this event, but I'm at the community center now and then, and I always see like basically 12-year-old kids playing table tennis. No shot, bro. They are sending their best. They're going ape shit on the ping pong table. Foosball, I probably rinse them. They haven't been to college yet, but table tennis, I think I'm getting beaten. But I'm certainly, like, I'm completing the event for sure. Jumping jacks? This is taekwondo. This is karate again. This is this is kicking. I'm not trying to be a hater. I didn't realize taekwondo was like a real contact sport. I thought you just punch while looking at yourself in the mirror. And kick. Taekwondo is only kicking? No way, man. No way. You're thinking of Tai Chi? Tai Chi is like yoga, right? Tai Bo is like Zumba. And Danny DeVito is Torgo. Common is Stonekeeper. Tai Bo made me feel old. Is that a Train lyric? She does Tai Bo, reminds me that there's a room to grow. Yeah, 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 yeah. Tell me. I mean, any martial art in which I come in contact with somebody, there's a serious chance of injury or death, I would definitely say. Now, this one I'm going to catch some heat for, or maybe I'm not. I'm not good at tennis, but by virtue of having played tennis a little bit as a kid and also having played tennis a little bit now as an adult, I'm beating the average 35 or 12-year-old. That's a given. Because I just got through a tennis class with the average 35-year-old essentially, and I was kind of rinsing them, to be honest with you. They weren't even holding the racket right. They were hitting the shots all open. They were going into outer space. Okay, no, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm saying I am ass at tennis, but I am beating the average 35-year-old North American man at tennis. Okay, because I already have. This is a given. Velodrome, it's over. I don't know what I've done. I don't know. I've broken the tier list. The mouse down state. No. Screenshot, you're going to have to refresh. Someone said, why are you comparing yourself to the average 35-year-old? It's the Olympics. If I could be the average Olympian in any of this shit, I would be in the Olympics, motherfucker. You idiot. Obviously. Come on. You just got to ask yourself like the obvious question when you write stuff like that. I wouldn't be here. I'd be in Paris right now. It's just a nonsense comment. Is there anything I can... Does anybody know JavaScript? Or Tahiti, true. Or Tahiti. Hang on, let me hit this for a second. Imagine if I refresh and I didn't lose my stats. Yes! Rugby should be under injury or death? What are you talking? If I'm playing against 12-year-olds, I'm killing them in rugby, man. Who's going to injure me? If I don't injure myself in rugby, the average 12-year-old is not injuring me. Then put judo there? No, I'd be hurt badly. Okay, this is the other form of diving. No, this is trampoline, man. I didn't get to stunt, but let's be honest. In the velodrome, that's basically like competitive Peloton. I think you don't even have to steer because it's on an angle, right? You pretty much just pedal straight ahead. It's probably easy. Okay. Trampoline. You need experience though? Not really, because I'm going up against the average 35-year-old. I don't think I'm dying in trampoline. I'm kind of throwing this to the same axioms as speed climbing and surfing. I think if you were good enough to get insane height on the trampoline, you could definitely die. But I just don't think I possess the ability to get high enough on a trampoline to do serious damage to myself. Nah, you know what? I think you're right. I thought about it for a second. I was like, if could I bounce up and down on a trampoline without hurting myself? Yeah. As soon as I try to work in some kind of twist or something, yeah, there's a real risk there. I think that's a good point. You got me. Also, someone in chat said, literally people injure themselves on these like every day. And you're right. That I think in that case, I have to just default to Occam's razor. Like there's a park in Richmond that's like one of those indoor trampoline parks. I think like every few years they have like a death. There is no, I'm not trying to be like an overprotective parent. I'm not letting my kid go to a birthday party at Richmond Adventure Zone or whatever the heck it's called. Like, it just seems like the risk is too high, man. Extreme Air Park? That's too much for me. My dad was a doctor and he never let me on trampolines. The ones with the net, I think is like okay. Like at least you're not gonna like have an America's Funniest Home Videos where you get like off the trampoline and like smash your neck into the concrete or something, but the net is cope. It doesn't hold you. The net makes it 10 times less fun. Yeah, but like probably like 100 times less likely to have a big injury. Yet you get scared on roller coasters. Well, that's like, I mean, fear is not always logical, right? Like when I was a kid, I was paranoid there was going to be an alien invasion, but I wasn't scared when I got into a car. But then like all the Ben Shapiros are like, you should really be scared when you got into a car. Well, you're just not, because you're insulated from the excitement, right? Depending on who's driving. But, you know, they in the engineering department, they do a great job of like making you feel like you're not going that fast and there's no like wind whipping through your hair and you don't hear the of like the engine go. You can't like argue your way into like not being afraid. You just got to like desensitize to it. Not to mention, like you would basically, your life would be ruined if anytime you got into a car, you were like too afraid to do anything. At least in North America. As someone who works with children, it's an employee problem. Those parks all hire teenagers. Listen, I'm not ragging on the teenagers specifically. I will say you get what you pay for. Like if those parks want to pay people minimum wage, then they're going to get people who are looking for like minimum wage jobs. But I did feel that way when I was at the like enormous bouncy castle in Coquitlam. And I looked at the staff, and the staff was all like 15-year-olds on their phones. And I'm like, if shit goes down, we're on our own. Like there's no nurse on hand or like a paramedic or anything. Like you're really like if it starts to deflate and kids start getting lost in the bouncy castle while it deflates, I really think like one of these 10th graders is going to be like, all right, everybody gather up. Like, no, we're we're on our own, okay? And they shouldn't. Like You know, if they did, they would be exceptional, but like it's just a summer job. Anyway, people are going to think that this is like narcissistic, but I'm telling you, I'm beating the average 35-year-old in a triathlon. I could complete a triathlon really slowly. If I make it through the swim, which I think I can do, I'm beating the average 35-year-old in the triathlon. But you can't row? Yeah, they don't have that in the triathlon. You said you couldn't complete a marathon though? Yeah, I can't complete a marathon. That's 26 miles of running, man. That's psychotic. Or walking, true. 26 miles is a lot. You'd suck at the swim? Yes. So would the average 35-year-old man. I'm not even saying I'm more fit than the average 35-year-old man, because fitness has a lot of different criteria. The average 35-year-old man might be able to like heave more bags of cement than me. The average 35-year-old might be able to, I don't know, do the Stairmaster better than me or something like that. But in a fairly raw cardio specific event, I bet on myself over the average 35-year-old. The 1.5 kilometer swim is going to be, that's where we have to pace ourselves. Is it 1.5 kilometers? Someone said it's 400 meters. No, 400 meters. That's like a 6-minute swim or something, isn't it? If you're good. It's 1.5 kilometers. I think I'm making it to the end of the swim and then excelling, like making up some time on the run and then just giving them the bricks on the bike, to be honest with you. Which of these could you beat the Costco dad in? Not this one, for sure. I'm not beating them in clean and jerk. How long is the run in a triathlon? 10 kilometers running? It's light work. Calves would be, I'd probably have shin splints the next day, but that's light work. Volleyball? 40-kilometer ride? I mean, that's no disrespect. That's a joke. That's literally every day, bro. I mean, it's inside, but... Volleyball? Where did I put beach volleyball? I could beat a 12-year-old? I'll put it here, but like I don't have a ton of confidence in my ability. I do default to the idea that like most adults are never playing volleyball, but you are forced to do so in gym class a lot in high school. So I feel like you have a practice advantage as a 12-year-old for sure. Not true for me. I'm always surprised when I like go to the community center and I see a bunch of like random adults playing volleyball against each other. I'm like, how does that happen, man? I guess they just missed volleyball and they decided to get back into it. Hold on, you got swimming in I could not complete, but then you also have swimming in I could complete, and you also have swimming in I could win with the triathlon. It's because this bitch is 10 kilometers, man. 10-kilometer run, 52 minutes. 10-kilometer swim, cumulative me in my entire life, I've probably swam 10 kilometers. I don't know if I've done much more than that, though. I'm not going to drown because the boat's going to pick me up, but still. Dodgeball? Water polo. Water polo, I could complete it without being injured. Worst injury I'm going to get is I'm going to get hit by the Fokker ball. It's going to hit me in the nose, but as long as I'm medically cleared to compete, I could still compete. Would you beat 12-year-olds in it? I don't have confidence in that, to be honest. So I feel like the more you weigh in the water, the more difficult it is to be agile from like a standing position. You have to tread water in water polo. They're not tippy-toeing on the bottom. You have to tread water for like the whole hour. God is my witness, I thought they were like bouncing off the bottom. Oh, I'm DNF. Again, like they got lifeguards, so I'm not dying. But I got a new respect for water polo, man. That's crazy. That's brutal. Yeah, I mean, I could tread water for a bit, but like not while doing anything else. They're also super rough. They get injured all the time. I don't think I would get injured because I think they would just recognize that I'm not a threat. But like, there's no shot I'm completing it. Weightlifting is kind of like in every single category. I could injure myself doing it, for sure. I could not complete it if I'm trying to pull the weights that they're pulling. I could complete it if I just pulled weights that I was capable of competing. I'm definitely rinsing the average 12-year-old. They just have like a serious endocrinological disadvantage. I'm just going to be real with you. I mean, I put it here, but like it's the categories are a little bit overlapping sometimes. I'm definitely beating 12-year-olds in this event. And also possibly the average 35-year-old, but I don't know, because like there's some, I mean, it's not average, but there's some big guys out there. On average, the more you weigh, probably the more you can lift, all other things being equal, which they aren't. The average 35-year-old man in North America weighs more than me. I imagine he probably pulls more than me. Handshaking, competitive handshaking. How much weight are you putting up in a clean and jerk type situation? I would start and possibly also finish at 135. I think 135 is realistic. The bar plus a plate on each side. Because when I was lifting, I could shoulder press that for reps, for a bit anyway. And then I feel like he's using his legs a little bit. He's using his legs a little bit too. So if you throw your legs in there as well, not 135 kilograms. No, pounds. 135 kilograms, my arms would fall off like an action figure. 135 pounds. Yeah, like 60 kilograms. That's still kind of a lot. When I was like doing 5-3-1, I mean, my squat for my weight, I would say was great. My shoulder press was good, and both my bench and my dead were decroded. That was a long time ago, though. You haven't trained in a long time? That's why I said, but the snatch has more leg work than a strict overhead press, okay? Christian Thibodeau? You can see there's a little bit of lower body work here instead of isolating your lower half so you're only using your shoulders. And, I don't know, your chest. You look like you have a good deadlift build. The problem is, for me, same reason I'm asset climbing, I have like a truly pathetic grip strength. So I do think like hammies wise, like I got the hammies to do a pretty good, I don't know why I'm mousing over this as if this is a deadlift, but I got the hammies for it, but I got bad grip for it. But now I just don't deadlift because I don't want to like slip a disc. I'd rather just, I don't know, be skinny eventually. Wrestling, I'd probably get choked out and die if I had to guess. I don't think there's. Do you beat a 12-year-old? I don't know. So I was 13 in this story, okay? But I went to a high school where it was a very cosmopolitan mix of individuals. It was in a rural area, so there were lots of farmers' kids, but also it was fed by a middle school, accelerated Poindexter nerd program, which is how I ended up being there. And I remember in ninth grade gym class, we were doing a wrestling unit and I got paired up against a farmer's kid. And I just felt like his grip on my wrist. And I was like, holy fuck, dude. I've been playing too many video games. This kid has been birthing calves or something for 8 years. And it's he was destroying me, man. It was a disaster. It was crazy. He had veins popping out of his forearms like he'd been a baker for 30 years. Turns out when you actually use your muscles, they get really strong. Yeah, we know. Sorry, Chad. I'm not talking about the gym. I'm talking about working overtime at the mud factory. You know what I'm saying? You've seen the video, I'm sure. Anyway, I think this is accurate. Olympic sports that would lead to injury or death. Gymnastics, any form of biking involving doing a trick, hitting the water at 100 miles an hour, trying to interface with a horse, any form of wrestling or combat sport, skateboarding, obviously, and trampoline. That seems fair. Could I complete the event? No. I don't think that I could make my arrow hit a target. I think that I would capsize and DNF. I don't think I could get the anaerobic capacity to finish. I don't know what it is. I would have to be rescued by a boat. I don't think I have the anaerobic capacity. Rescued by a boat. Would fall on the squishy mat and probably get a bruise. Wouldn't even make it out to the wave. I would have to be rescued probably. I would get a stitch in my side and have to be rescued. Now, I could compete in basketball. I could survive synchronized swimming because water polo is an hour, right? Synchronized swimming is 3 or 4 minutes. I could tread water for that long. Baseball, field hockey, any sport that doesn't involve a long time in the water. If you're standing with normal shoes on dry land, I'm making it through the event. What about Paralympics? They would probably all be I could not complete. In good faith. From a seated position, I don't think I could shoot a basketball and get it in the basket. Maybe 3 times in 100 throws. Without being able to generate that force from compression, I don't think so, man. As if you could do it standing. You put me on the free throw line and give me 20 free throws, I'm making 4. It's not good. I bet I'm hitting 4. Underhand? No, man. Skyhook. Wheelchair hockey would be crazy too. Have you ever seen that one, the sled hockey? Okay, Kareem. I know you Googled skyhook. Anyway, I could beat the average 12-year-old in weightlifting, rugby. I don't know why this one's so controversial. You ever see that It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode where they're beating up the middle schoolers? This is, admittedly, that's fiction, but that's how that shit would go down. It's over. Unless they were from New Zealand, in which case I resign. But 12-year-old, this was debatable, but in fencing, I thought it was... Chad basically told me you could beat a 12-year-old in fencing. Boxing, it would be ugly. Let's just put it that way. Beach volleyball, I believe. And regular volleyball, I believe. And then, sorry, the average man my age doesn't stand a chance in these 7 out of 100 Olympic sports. Flat land cycling, sprinting, Racket sports that aren't table tennis, rhythmic gymnastics was a little bit controversial as well, and the triathlon. Average 35-year-old, okay? It should go without saying, there's no sport here that I could compete in the Olympics. Otherwise, I would be there. I'm like, 30,000 hours away and a time machine. But anyway, okay, good list. Slash marker that tier list. I'm going to go pee. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. I'm loading up NES World Championship Edition. Can I say, by the way, I didn't get a chance to talk about it. Let me give you my experience on the Peloton this morning. Put Dan's stream, I should say, full screen. Right when it started, hopped on the Peloton a minute later. 20-minute intro of clips. I don't mind. They're funny clips. Starts the stream, 3 minutes of talking, frame drops. He says, I'm assuming because I don't have audio come from the PC, he says, hang on, I'm going to restart the stream. Goes to his overlay, and then I'm assuming you have to press F5 to refresh to get the new video feed after he goes live again. So I would say approximately 85 minutes of just full screen Dan's offline screen on my monitor while I was pedaling in Madrid and then Vancouver. Amazing motivation. This is diabolical. I could have gotten off the bike, but I was trying to get my cadence up, and I didn't want to lose. I didn't want to lose like 30 seconds to clip out and then go over and then clip back in. I mean, I had music. That's something, but I was like, come on, man. It's not his fault, really. You think about life? Yeah. Always, man. Need a wireless mouse? It's just like, at some point, it sounds crazy, but at some point it's just too much stuff. Like, just to get on the bike, 2 water bottles, couple bananas, anti-dickhead chafing cream, non-cotton shirt, athletic shorts, the shoes, a headband, Bluetooth earbuds, my phone, something on the monitor. Like, it never ends, man. Chamois butter's amazing. It's definitely saving my life. And your balls? I mean, my balls, they do fine on the bike. The head of the penis does not do well on the bike. It chafes against the underwear or the shorts. This is why you gotta have the chafing cream. Have you tried having foreskin? Yeah, for probably 10 minutes when I was born. I don't really remember it though. Oh, hello? Now, okay. I don't know. Every once in a while, my mic just mutes and then won't unmute. Anyway, I was saying, back in 1988, I'm pretty sure that in rural Ontario, they were just like, it's cleaner to cut the foreskin off. My parents were like, all right, we trust you. You're a doctor. So then I just, they sent it. I'm not holding it against them. They got a lot of decisions to make back then. It was a different time. They didn't need to take so much off the top. That's true. Would you have cut it off if you had chosen? I don't know, man. Because I don't know what it's like to have foreskin. It's not fair for me to say this, but because I'm circumcised, an uncircumcised penis looks very strange to me. But then everybody who's uncircumcised is like, it's better. And I'm like, yeah, but how would you know? I think it's totally fine. Like, they didn't botch me. Like, it's still, everything's okay. You don't have to worry about what's going on down there. Everything's okay. Now, I do think, like, given that both of them seem to be okay, the base case should probably be that you, like, don't do it for no reason then. I'm not saying it's better this way. I'm just saying it's not really, like, a big deal for me. Like, if all other things are going to be equal, then, like, I would just say maybe, like, don't slice me, but... But what's done is done, you know? Unsnipped is great because you can tie it off if you really need to go to the bathroom and then just let it all out later. Don't, like, lie to me because I'm going to believe that stuff. Because I don't know, man. I don't know what it's like. It's true. No, it's not true, man. There's no way it's true. Why are so many people saying it's true? There's no way that shit would make a good seal. It would spill all over your shorts, man. Hang on, I think it's a little crackly. Give me a second. I'll reload this. Unironically, it has a good seal? That's crazy, man. You get like an IKEA bag clip? Doesn't it hurt like a son of a bitch? How is it like made of adamantium? It can't be, because then like how did they slice it in the first place? I think you're gaslighting me, man. I don't think that's... It hardens over the years. I don't know, dude. I don't know about any of this. I'm gonna bring this shit up at like a barbecue or something. Everyone's gonna look at me like in the 40-year-old virgin when he says that they feel like bags of sand. They're gonna be like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Hold up, pause. What do you mean you can piss in your foreskin and tie it off for later? You can? Hello everybody, welcome back to the Nintendo World Championships. We'd like to get, you know, S ranks in basically everything if we can, but also, like, for some of these, I'll just be honest with you, life's too short. I'm very thankful that we at least got S ranks in Super Mario Brothers 2, so I can stop playing Super Mario Brothers 2 for now. We're close to Excite Bike. Maybe we should just finish Excite Bike, man. What do you have to do on this one? Go around the track once. So you go to the very top. This dude isn't even turbo maxing. Okay. You want to land flat. You're going to do some... Yeah, okay. I see you're going to wheelie over those. I mean, they're not fucking around with this level, huh? This is like some pretty serious work here. Was this the longest game in NES history? Yo, they're pretty sick of the Wario Stadium, though. I gotta cut them some slack for that. Oh my god, it's forever. Oh, this is gonna take a long time. He's not finishing Excite Bike? Get it twisted, I am finishing Excite Bike. One reason I love this game is the sound design is so good. No, man. Beautiful. That's perfect. You don't want to be in the dirt, bro. What are you doing? Or whatever. Just establish like a baseline time. That's okay. See, I'm getting a little better at Excite Bike. Mad a tad. That one left a little bit to be desired, I'll be honest with you. That's not so bad. Is there Morse code meta? Well, like, I think the right thing to do is get your temperature, like, maxed, and then just keep tapping the A button. But it is, like, really annoying. So I'm, like, trying to strike a balance between, like, you know, preserving your ears and also, like, getting an S rank in this. And also, like, preserving my finger, to be honest with you. Okay, obviously, like, the second half of the track, some work to be done. We'll take that, though. Throw 1 second off. You and your wife ever talk like chatters in a Twitch stream? Yeah, I mean, I would say, like, our parlance is kind of like Twitch adjacent when we talk sometimes. Like, we'll say goated, or we'll say, like, Twitch emotes, the names of Twitch emotes to each other. We're not like other 35-year-olds, you know? Well, she's not even 35. So she's really not like other 35-year-olds. Whoa, I'm goated! Okay, hang on. Hold. New personal best. How about your daughter? She mostly just talks like a 3-year-old, but she did say skibbity the other day, as mentioned. She did say if you fall in the toilet, you'll be skibbity. That's a restart. Hold. Have you shown her Skibbity Biden? It's her alarm clock when she wakes up in the morning. Every morning. It's not child abuse. It's not child abuse. It's, I'm preparing her for the world in which she's going to live in, okay? Which she's going to be surrounded by brain rot. No community notes, it's real. Fuck you. Peach is using Bowser's language. Birdo's using Bowser's language. I'm Skibbity Birdo. Yeah, it's pretty good. We have fun, is what I'm trying to say. No, I missed the turbo. That was kind of sick with... Oh, fuck you, man. He was right, it's coming around. People like Skibbity Birdo, huh? I'm Skibbity Turbo. See, they call it Excite Bike because the bike is so exciting. The bike's so nice, they named it once. This could be the dream run. Alternatively, it could be shit. New personal best. Are the rumors true that you're doing a 16-star race with Kamala Harris? Squeaks isn't alive yet, huh? We got some Squeaks refugees in the chat. That's fine. I get he goes live a little later. He's on Eastern time. It makes sense why he'd be live later if you don't think about it. I was losing it when I was in Squeaks' chat. He's live at a time when I'm not looking at Twitch most of the time these days, which is a little selfish of him. He's got like an OBS servant that updates his OBS with relevant stuff like while he's streaming without him doing it. How does anybody know the machinations of this? Like, did he give a producer like remote access to his PC or something like that? How do they do it, man? Yeah, people have mods that do things. Yeah, but like, how does the mod have access to his OBS instance is what I'm saying. Because that's like, I mean, that's next level technology, man. I mean, if you think I'm giving Origin access to, like, you know, TeamViewer or something like that, for my PC, you've lost your mind. I don't think it's... It's not that I think that they're going to do anything. It's just that, like, I don't want to open that level of, like, you know, vulnerability for no reason. How do they do it, man? You can control OBS from the web? Oh, you can set up a web instance for OBS. That's mighty interesting. Anybody out there looking for a summer internship? Hold. Oh! $600 a stream. Keep dreaming. This isn't Critical Role. Hold. Hold. I just had the evil entered my mind, and I said, why the hell am I playing Excite Bike? I remember why I'm playing Excite Bike. Because we play it now, I didn't hit the turbo. We play it now so we don't have to play it later. The price of the bike just went up. Close. You don't have to play it at all? I feel like I do, so I'm gonna. This could be the one. That felt frame perfect to me. It's at the top. Beautiful line. Oh, we're crushing it. Wait, we're getting crushed? Fuck you, dude! Look at that. Wait, why is my ghost so far ahead, man? I'm better than me? Like, that doesn't even make sense. This part's a fucking disaster. How am I not myself? So true that he's Mark Wahlberg and I Heart Huckabee's posting. What have I done? This is not right. We get it back somehow. No, we're like 2 seconds back, man. How are you so quick with it? I don't know what I'm doing in this game. Overheating. Fuck you, man. I've lost confidence in myself. Second ramp. Skip the bumps. We're actually, like, we're kind of in there here. That was so close to greatness. I hit the mud. Oh! Oh. Oh yeah, okay. Let go of turbo in the air. That's big tech. Even if it only gives you a little bit, that's tech. Second ramp is very helpful. We only have 2 more levels, then we're done with Excite Bike forever, man. What the hell am I doing? Sub 36 is S rank? Are you shitting me, man? 2 including this. Yeah, 2 including this. Don't lose hope. Fuck you. Unless it comes up in the championship. Yeah, but if it comes up in the championship, we will have already laid down a baseline with which to build off of in the future. Probably. I do not fully grasp what makes you go faster. B makes you go faster, but it also makes you more likely to overheat. Fuck you. I guess I should just wheelie, man. And then also, like, you can make yourself lean forward on a jump to get a little extra travel speed. I don't know. Hang on, we're kind of goated with it. Hold. That's okay. That's okay. No! We were in there too. Are you committed to not picking one of the faster bikes? What do you think we're playing here, man? What do you think we're playing? This ain't Diddy Kong Racing, bro. I take what they give me. Little slower, but that's okay. We make up for it here. Briefly. There was some good shit in there too. Fuck you. What's with the skeleton grabbing his bone? What's with your skeleton grabbing his bone? He ain't heavy, man. He's my brother. Oh, why would you land on your back wheel, you piece of junk? It's not the way we drew it up. Ah! Need to unlock Travis Pastrana. So true. He must be the best motorcycle rider because he's the only one I can name. They should really put him in MotoGP. Oh. Yeah, this game's a little bit quirked up. Hello, Daniel Raiders. Welcome to the stream. We're trying to S-rank everything in Excite Bike on the NES. We only have 2 more levels left. It's mighty tough, to be honest with you. And Dan, I gotta be honest, I already told this to my chat. I had your stream up on the full screen while I was on the bike, right? But the computer is across the room. You got frame drops, and then I think you restarted your stream, which meant that I had to refresh, but I was clipped into the pedals. Fuck you. Which means that for the next 82 minutes, I was just looking at your offline overlay while riding the bike. So I'm going to say thank you for the opportunity to improve my mental stoicism over the course of that ride. Thank you so much. He did hit me with a wall of question mark. You know how it is. You got the shoes, man. You can't unclip. I mean, you can unclip, but it's annoying sometimes. Wow. Yes! That was the one. I hit the mud a little bit. There's room for improvement, but that's big. That's a big one. Dan, have you done the World Championships this week yet? Your rankings were very good. Even my wife was like, why is Dan ranked so good when you're ranked so bad? Look at this. I'm not showing off my times. I'm just highlighting the times. 2 seconds, 10 seconds, 4 seconds, 12 seconds, 6 minutes and 32 seconds. 6 minutes and 32 seconds. He's doing them tomorrow. That one, the routing on that one takes a little bit of work. What are we? Excite Bike. Here we go. Go around the track twice. Well, we might as well just go, man. Is that last time an S? It is, but we had to work for it. There's a lot of room to improve. That's a disaster. Missing the turbo, probably also a disaster. This is bad. Why do the speed boosts do nothing? They reduce the temperature of your bicycle. I understand they're using the modern parlance of, like, this will make you go faster. But back in 1986, that meant, hey, reduce your engine temperature for some reason. Fine, I'll bounce around. I remember this one. It's by far the worst board. Once we master it, it's about to be the best board. I mean, like, that felt pretty solid until I missed the cooldown. Let's just put down a lap. Like, that's... At least having a baseline gives you something to look forward to. That's demoralizing. Well, at least the lap is not that long, actually. You should definitely wheelie on that one, so you can hit the cooldown. I can't believe I'm like 35 and this is the shit that I'm saying. Yeah, you should definitely wheelie on Blue Board Excite Bike so you can hit the cooldown. It's a dream come true, people. Come on. Come on, man. Nailed it. Fuck it. Missed the turbo at the start. First ever D-. We'll live with that. Did you see that clutch wheelie? Did you see this clutchness? That's not clutch, that's unclutch. They got me in the spin cycle, brother. "35 seconds. That's textbook. Whoa! Hold. Hold. Yeah, skip the ramp. That's a good idea. There was half a good lap in there. There was half a good lap in there. Sometimes the hardest ones are the easiest because they're a little more forgiving. I'm not sure this is one of those scenarios, though. Well, I was kind of cooking on this one last time, huh? It's alright, you get more reps in, you get more practice. Eventually it'll behoove you. There's gotta be like a better way to get out of that nightmare. 2 seconds back. But we were like supremely ass last time we did this part. It gets worse, people. There's no shot. There's no shot. Check the classified info. They didn't know shit in 1986 about anything, okay? They didn't even know the double helix nature of DNA back then. They thought eggs were bad for you. No, wait, they thought eggs were good for you. No, wait, they thought eggs were bad for you. No, wait, they thought eggs were good for you. They couldn't make up their minds. They couldn't figure it the fuck out. And these are simple problems, people. Okay, one second. I need to check the classified info. Catch the cool zone. Avoid the mud. Land on the downward slope. Wow, huge. Huge advice. Wheelie over the hurdle. Oh, really? Lower your front wheel after this jump to jump further. Reduce your chances of falling after a big jump by raising your wheel. Skip this ramp so you can be... Basically, they're saying, do good. Okay, good. Do good. Just do it well. We'll take those. We could definitely get more speed, but we could definitely do a lot worse. We live with those. Skibbity. How do I not fall there? I did see last week someone in chat posted, NL, you're going to hate the final Excite Bike challenge. You may be right. But I may be loving how much I'm hating it. Best run so far. Oh my god! Get a life. How far back are we? A million miles back? Okay. Coney hates this one too. Well, of course. He's based. I liked this tweet today. Very relatable tweet. Parking in cities is still crazy. You either win the pay 75 cents to park on the street lottery or accept going into the concrete garage and paying $400. It is like that. So true. And the street's always full, man. Garages aren't even that bad. One of the greatest places to have your windows smashed and 25 cents taken out of your cup holder on the planet. And then you be blamed for it. What'd you think, leaving 25 cents in your cup holder? Of course your window's gonna get smashed. We're West Coast City guys. Of course our car got broken into because we had half a pack of Tic Tacs in the center console. Hold. Come on, man. Come on. Doesn't happen to me ever since I got our Cybertruck, though. Rip to you guys, but we're built different. Get a life. Get a life. It's so ugly. No, ours has like a cool like wrap on it, so it's kind of... Lots of people are taking photos of it when I'm outside. Just how you know it's good. No, it's not anime. Like, I'm cool. It's actually Doge with blue laser eyes, which I think... The red laser eyes is like, we're going to the moon. The blue laser eyes is like... We're going to Neptune, I think? I don't really remember. That is epic sauce. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I know you don't use that term lightly. Or at least you shouldn't. You just bounce on the downslope, you sack of shit. You always fall there, man. You have to save a little turbo for that one so you go over the ramp further, I think. Oh, good. Great start. Whatever, get some reps in. Try skipping the ramp just once. How about you try skibbitying the ramp for the rest of your life, kid? That's huge. Okay, I've skipped the ramp. Oh, shit. It actually might be better. I don't know. It's probably worse if you can land on the second ramp reliably, but... Whoops. Brain rot era is real. Me, when I'm using the vernacular of 12-year-olds instead of 21-year-olds who establish their vernacular at their age 12, is this brain rot? I'm insane. Hang on. We make these. Listen. It's not the best ever done, but it's the best I'm doing. 32 seconds. Ass. Supposed to wheelie there. I made a huge mistake. I've given up all our gains, man. Yeah, there's no shot. Fuck you. It was still a PB? No, I think I was behind a little. Did you see that the internet's turning on Gen Z now? It's kind of crazy. Because like the internet turned on millennials, but I feel like it was only for like 2 years. And now they're turning on Gen Z like faster than they turned on millennials. Like you really, I hope you enjoyed punching down while it lasted, kids. Why are they turning on Gen Z? Because Gen Z was hating on millennials for saying stuff like adulting, which is a fair thing to hate on, I think. But then someone posted, as a 26-year-old woman, there's only like 2 choices in the dating pool, unspeakable horrors or insane himbo or something like that. And then people quote tweeted it and went like, this is way worse than millennial speak. And people were like, so true. Just goes to show you, man. What happened? You know, you either die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain. Now you got to start doing, if you're Gen Z, you start doing the moralizing stuff that millennials were doing. Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to make it through my 3rd once-in-a-lifetime recession. Anything to keep the horrors at bay. There's still hope for you. There's still hope for you. That's what I'm trying to say. Get me out of here. Okay, we cut 2.5 seconds off, though. Adulting is a terrible phrase, but I think millennials have realized it's a terrible phrase and largely don't use it anymore. That's how I take it, at least. I cut that shit out, but I don't work in a corporate environment, so I don't know. Maybe there's still people in there saying like adulting, amazeballs, etc., etc. Heckin' chonker. Yeah, I would prefer not to hear that, to be honest with you, but... And they're doing... It's a great week on Twitter because they're doing DoorDash discourse again. Very viral tweet today about... I'm worried about the younger generation because they keep arguing that you can't buy a burrito, buy the ingredients for a burrito for the same cost that you can get a burrito delivered to your house. What's crazy, and you're gonna take issue with this, is that they are right in a way. Hang on, I'm just gonna hold it here for a second. They're right in a way. You can't buy all the ingredients that you would get in your Chipotle burrito if you only want one and have it come to less than the cost of getting a Chipotle burrito delivered. You kind of have to... I'll actually level with you. It's kind of why I don't make tacos at home anymore. So realize if for everybody to get what they want in the taco, I mean, tortillas, meat, seasoning is a given. But then, you know, you got the cilantro. You got the tomatoes. You got the onions. You got maybe sour cream, shredded cheddar cheese, salsa. All of a sudden, you're in deep for like $30 on tacos. You do one taco night. You got A third of a tomato, half an onion, an eighth of a jar of salsa, 6 tortillas left. Nah, man. Nah, I'll just have pasta. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just... I get that you can freeze it. Don't get me wrong. I'm just... For me personally, I've started simplifying the meals. Last night, leftover fusilli from the pantry, boiling water, Italian sausage, extra jar of tomato sauce. What did we have? Sausage fusilli. $5 Canadian feeds 3 people. Pretty tasty too. We do have a little Parmesan cheese that was in the fridge too. So I was kind of like, you know, that was a heavy upfront cost, obviously, but you know, you amortize it out over 20, 30 meals. I'm going to go to bat for the learned helplessness here to some extent. I think there are foods where I would rather just DoorDash them than buy the ingredients individually, and I think burritos might be one of them. Now, the idea that it's cheaper to order it on DoorDash is insane. Hang on, we're in the mix here. And it depends on your personal proclivities. No doubt about that. Ignore that one. Hit this one. Wowee! So you're saying there's a chance. How did you go backwards? Horrendous second lap, but you know what? In this house, we take those. Oh, get me out of here. Get me out of here. Oh. The Canadian mind can't comprehend repurposing leftover ingredients. No, I can. I just stopped doing it because, like, I don't want to fuck up my, like, lunches and dinners for the whole week just because, like, I want a burrito once, you know? Sometimes I'd rather just walk into a restaurant and then, like, get a burrito, and when I eat it, I'm, like, done with it. Then I don't have to be like, oh, now I got to make tortilla soup. I got to make some gazpacho. I got to make, like, my own salsa. I got to partition some shit into the freezer to put the tortillas in there. Because you're rich and lazy? I'm actually, like, not that lazy. Doing a lot of stuff. You choose where to invest your time. I get if you're single, you're like, dude, I want to eat a burrito. Let's just have, like, 10 burrito bowls this week. But, you know, I got to deal with a 3-year-old. I got to get some time for myself, etc., etc. Start playing some damn ice climbers. Reach the 2nd floor. It's that easy. Pathetic. Okay, I'd like to go through one tile, please. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you, dude. It's too hard. Get up there in one jump, man! You can't? He did it. Oh. That's not gonna do it. People from Minnesota will be like, this is how you just get to school. So true. They do love talking like that. They do, man. We can do better. It's not even the coldest state. It's not even the coldest state in the union, man. Yeah! Okay, please, not reach the 5th floor. Are you insane? Whatever, just set a time. Oh, fuck you. Is it not the coldest state? Bro, you ever hear about Alaska? It's frigid up there. No. John McCain in 2008 could never. This is ass, man. How am I falling through the blocks? I can see the brick through my body. Is it worse than Metroid? At least Metroid had some ambiance, you know? I can S that. At least Metroid had some beep, boop, boop. Inefficiencies. Take me back to Ridley Riddens. Alright, that one was pretty bad. But I'm saving space, because I'm sure there's going to be like a 500 second long Ice Climbers level coming up too. Maybe this is the greatest game of all time. You eating the whole rotisserie chicken? Or are you saving it? Let me give you my rotisserie chicken tech, okay? First off, my ass in Save On Foods yesterday. You know how much a whole rotisserie chicken is? If you have the Save On card, $6.99. They didn't have any rotisserie chickens. You know how much a half rotisserie chicken was? $8.99. My ass is not taking a half rotisserie chicken and paying more for it. You must have lost your mind. So I flagged down someone in the butcher's area and said, hey, are there any more rotisserie chickens coming out? Dude went into the back and just slinged me one from like over the counter, which I appreciated a lot. Anyway, then I go home. I get out a sharp knife. Step one, cut off the wings. Eat the wings right there. I'm not saving 2 unseasoned chicken wings, essentially, in the fridge. Like, that's not worth the Tupperware. I'll just eat the wings right away. Knife, 45-degree angle, right into where the leg meets the hip socket. Ka-tunk, one leg off. Ka-tunk, other leg off. Put those in one Tupperware. That's 1 serving of chicken. Then, find the breastbone. Slide the knife between the meat and the breastbone. First breast comes off. That goes into a Tupperware. That's another serving. That one goes on top of the other breast into the Tupperware, into the fridge. That's 2 servings of chicken right there. Now, the rest of the chicken, sometimes there's a little meat. You eat the rest of that on your, just with your fingers. And then you wash your hands. Reach the bonus stage. What in the Nana and Popo is the bonus stage of Ice Climbers, man? Oh. Make soup with it? Nope. I got shit to do, honestly. I've been eating from the same pot of curry for 4 days. I know what it's like, man. When Kate used to go to Tokyo Game Show, that was my life. She came back from like a week in Japan and said she could tell what I did while she was gone because she could see the footsteps on the floor. It was just like from the bed to my office to the kitchen to the bathroom to my office to the bed to the kitchen to the bathroom. Like that was the way I lived for a week or 10 days or something like that. I just cooked like a big instant pot full of carnitas or something like that. Bought tortillas and then just... oh, time to eat. 2 tortillas, carnitas, yum, 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 back to my office. As a father, I want nothing more than to do that some days. So Monday is, Saturday, Sunday, I handle the nighttime routine. Monday is my first day since Friday where I get a little time at night. You know what I did with my free time last night? Meal prep, laundry, dishes, change the sheets. Had the Olympics on in the background, which is pretty nice. Also cooked dinner. And it felt so good. It felt like leisure time. When people ask me of like little OGC, no comment. I always love seeing the OGCs in chat from the real jerkers though. I'll never forget where I came from. Bonus stage? Bonus stage? I'll live with that. That sounds so nice. It's sick. What I was going to say is when people ask you, like, hey, I'm going to have a baby, what advice do you have for me? There's, like, advice that's, like, you know, learn how to change a diaper, kid. But then there's the best advice is actually, like, learn to rethink how you feel about free time. You may not have a ton of time to play Slay the Spire on your phone anymore, unless your kid is, like, in an activity, which might not happen for, like, 3 years. Well, I don't know. Hopefully you guys don't have to go through the pandemic at the start of your child's life again, like we did. But there was like a great Reddit post, right? I remember... I'll take that. There was a great Reddit post that was like... I asked my parents, like, why in their free time they're always, like, cleaning stuff. And it's like, well, you got to live anyway. You might as well, like, beautify your space. And I was like, that sounds, like, stupid, but also... That's like great advice. You know, you got 15 minutes. You could do the dishes. You could wet a paper towel and like wipe the island down or something like that. You could put some shit away. If you got time to lean, you got time to clean. Well, you know, be kind to yourself as well. You know, sometimes you need a little genuine leisure time. Rush it. Popo, rush it. Fuck you, dude. Are you a chair sitter? Is this like Key and Peele substitute teacher sketch? About to be an uncle? Any advice? Nah, you'll figure it out. Honestly, you don't have that much to do. I don't know. I guess it depends what your family life is like. My life as an uncle is pretty easy. You know, I see my nieces on, like, the holidays, and for some reason, they, like, love seeing me, even though I'm just kind of, like, there. Which is nice, you know? Really? Also, like, because I saw it, first off, DL Guiga said, I don't know, I played the Elden Ring DLC. Yeah, that's because your kid is not, like, walking yet, I'm assuming. Because they're, like, 6 months old, right? Wait until you have to be, like, the prison warden to make sure they don't fall down the stairs. That's because DL Guiga is 12? He's not 12, okay? He custom makes his own maple syrup and water mix for his bike rides, okay? He's my best friend. What was I saying? Oh, anyway, hang on. The other piece of advice that I have for you, get ready to buy Tupperwares, kid. I would say I don't know if Kate's still in chat. There might be a streamer she likes more that's like live right now. We probably... That was not even close. I'm trying to think. So she takes a small Tupperware to daycare every day. So that's 5 Tupperwares per week. Obviously, we have, like, we wash them in between, but I'm just giving you a baseline. Then, the stuff that we give her for lunch, we cook in, like, a big batch on the weekends, which is usually, like, 2 to 3 Tupperwares. So that takes you up to 8. Then I got the rotisserie chicken and the potatoes in Tupperwares. I got the overnight oats in some mason jars. Like, we're getting into some serious... I bet we have... I'm going to say 8... single portion Tupperwares and 8 medium to large portion Tupperwares. I would highly recommend it. It'll save your life, man, or something. I don't know. It'll make things easier. Fuck you. Just get deli containers. This seems like way worse. Nightly or weekly dishwashing? Twice daily, I would say. Weekly that seems crazy to me. Right now, we're changing the sheets once a week, the dishes once a week. No. But you know my position on the dishwasher. If the dishwasher's a third full, but like that's the end of the dishes we're making for that day, I'm running the dishwasher. I'm not waiting for a full dishwasher. You hate the environment? You're twice a day with the dishwasher? No, dishwasher's nightly, and I'd say like 2 half loads by hand throughout the day, because there's like shit you can't put in the dishwasher because the plastic lids will melt. Come on, man. You gotta wait for it to be half full? Nah, because like the shit that goes in the dishwasher first is the shit that I use the most. So I don't want to wait 2 days to get that shit back. Those are my fucking primo AAA dishes, man. Like I need that shit at 6 a.m. Fuck you. You need more dishes? No, we're kind of like killing it, honestly. Seems like you got a problem with it. You need less dishes. I fucked it up. Killing the planet? Eh, not really. I don't think so. Because we went through this before, like, I mean, I get that there's like daily washers and then there's like, you know, only when it's full type washers. I was mad at our in-laws when their dishwasher was literally 105% full and we thought it was clean, so we emptied it out for them. And then when they got back, they were like, oh, we were just waiting until we had like one more fucking dirty spoon. And then we were gonna finally wash the 97 other dishes that were in there. That one, they should be pissed off at us, but I was pissed off at them too. I was like, why the fuck is your dishwasher like overflowing? It was like George Costanza's wallet. Just run that shit. There's like 7 days worth of dishes in there, man. How'd you not notice it was dirty? Because they were like, they didn't eat spaghetti, man. They were not spaghetti maxing. Are they pre-washers? I don't know, man. That's their business. Thank you. Thank you. Every ice climber level we beat is one less ice climber level we have to do. All I'm going to say is at some point you can optimize in multiple ways, okay? That's the thing with min-maxing. You can min-max Isaac to get a 1,000 streak, or you can min-max Isaac to have as much fun with the game as possible. That's the way I'm looking at chores in my life right now as well. Are there times when I want to eat a burrito? Yes. Then I play the tape forward in my mind, and I go, 12 tortillas, 2 chicken breasts, or like, you know, I don't know, ground pork or whatever. It depends what you're making. All these vegetables. It might actually be a simplification to just run out to a Mexican restaurant, get some takeout, satisfy the burrito craving, and then not have to worry about, you know, oh, I could always make some stuff with this like leftover stuff. I'd rather just, you know. All I'm saying, Kate, we should start eating either pasta or Korean food for every single dinner. It's actually like, it's OP. So many Korean dishes are literally just like, you have a bunch of banchan in the fridge and serve them with rice and like a meat, and then you eat all of the meat and all of the rice, and then you put the leftover banchan back in the fridge. And then pasta is literally just like, you got dried noodles in your pantry, cook them, put the sauce on top of them, maybe like a couple of vegetables, and it's done, man. It's good to go. What in the Scott Joplin is this? Taco Bell uses those ingredients to make 500 different menu items. Yeah, I'm not running like a fast casual restaurant. That's kind of what I'm getting at. I'm like I'm on a different wavelength, man. No, that was it! That's how I live at 23. Why are you regressing? No disrespect, it probably is I got more stuff to do than you. More people in my life to worry about being happy. Yeah, like I had it all figured out at 23 too. You ever hear that that Mark Twain quote that's like, when I was 12, I thought my dad was a fucking idiot, and then when I was 22, I was surprised how much he'd learned in 10 years? Part of it is maybe like your routine is different, but then like the other part of it is like, no disrespect, maybe as life changes, you'll change with it. Jump! That's, I didn't even deserve the second plus, but I'll take it. I think you gotta double bounce that, as much as I wish that that were not the case. Get some fucking momentum, man. Mark Twain also had a huge ass. I actually dated him in college. He was mid, to be honest. He didn't eat pussy. We take those. Get me out of here. Ice climbers ain't so bad, man. Reach the mountaintop. Do they know what stains the top of the mountaintop, though? Monka? Jeff Mangum? It is funny that he says semen stains the mountaintops, and his name is Mangum. King of Carrot Flower's son or communist daughter? I have to think about it. I feel like I don't know that much about the King of Carrot Flowers, except like his parents seem to have like a bad relationship with each other. Because like his mom would drink until she was no longer speaking, and dad would kick the garbage all across the floor or whatever. So I can't really insult the King of Carrot Flowers. Come on, man. She was sticking knives into her husband's shoulder? Yeah, but dad would dream of all the different ways to die, so in a way it's kind of like he was asking for it. Come on, man. Come on, how could I get the eggplant but not make it to the fucking platform? It doesn't make sense, dude. I actually dated the King of Carrot Flowers. He was mid. Well, now I've done it. Now I've done it. We all understand Untitled's the best song on the album. I mean, if you ask me 9 times what the best song on that album is, I might give you 9 different answers. But I'd probably hew maybe towards Ghost. But it's a matter of opinion for sure. I think Holland 1945 is on the Peloton playlist. Lyrically, doesn't really get you that pogged up, but it's got a hell of a beat. Come on, man. Oh my God, it doesn't make sense, dude. Oh, it doesn't make sense! My knees went through the platform! Suck a bull diarrhea's ass, Fred fucks, fuck you. Ice Climber's son or Excite Bike daughter? I would have to say Ice Climber's son. At least the music kind of goes. Oh my God, dude. Excite Bike sound design is just oppressive. Wait, give me a second here. What if we went this way instead? What if we used the momentum? No, because you lose all your momentum when you jump, because Isaac Newton wasn't alive when this game came out, because he's old as dirt. You go to the closest platform. Built to Spill Son or Pavement Daughter? Pavement Daughter sounds like she's more well-adjusted. Built to Spill Son, nothing wrong with it. Just maybe a little introspective, maybe a little melancholy. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, to be honest. I go Pavement Daughter. She seems a little bit more chill, even if she is a slacker. I'm the Pavement Daughter. Me too! Although I like some Built to Spill. Pavement might have the most songs on the Peloton playlist of any artist. I'd have to check, though. There's definitely... I would say there's at least 8. One more Ice Climbers level. Grab the condor at the top of the mountaintop. You gotta climb the whole mountain. Yep. You get to the bonus stage. Do the bonus stage. Wow, he's fucking speedy with it, man. And then grab the condor flies, and you jump up to it. All right. 12,000 people? Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it either, but I'm having a good time. Just set a time. You don't need the S rank first time, okay? Just set a time. Can't be done. Go! There's an abominable snowman, dude! Get the lead out! We're fucking chilling now. Yeah, I'm a little upset. It's alright, we improve later. Yes! You see the road rage video where the guy karate chopped the woman's mirror off? Yep. Thought it was pretty good. Fuck you, man. Yeah, I saw that one. That was epic. I was amazeballs by that, for sure. I want to know what instigated it. Probably like a lifetime of not being expressive with his emotional needs, all bubbling out like in one unfortunate incident. You are running out of space on this PC. Really? Well, you shouldn't even be like saving shit right now. What are you doing, man? Okay, I mean, you could obviously like delete all the VODs from last week off of my hard drive. That's fine. Fuck you. Maybe it's my Windows or my Photoshop scratch disk. New Copilot update for you. Back, Foul Beast. No thinking machines in my computer, please. I mean, a 4 tap to get up is an embarrassment. That stings. Oh, and then just to fall. The dream. Accept it. Go, dude, go! It's so fucking slidey. I know what you're gonna say. Duh, it's ice. Yeah, but it's like fucking super ice, dude. Kill me. 3-piece, we take those. 4-piece, we don't accept that. Sorry. 2 4-pieces in a row. Embarrassing. That looks like a... Fuck you. You ever get owned by Giant Dad in Dark Souls PvP? Yeah, it was like a... I mean, I was there, man. I was there in 2011. When the first memes were coming around. Back when we considered Quelaag one of the hardest bosses in gaming history. We all know. I was there. Fuck you, dude. At least Ice Climbers is kind of like mercifully short. I just know Dan's gonna be cracked at this one. And you know what? I'm rooting for him. We're not in the same birth year. We don't have to compete. Yeah, don't make the jump. That's fine. Don't even worry about it. Four tap, that's got a sting. 4 tap, that's got a sting. 2 tap, we love that. 5 tap? Criminal. Where are you at? I'll wait for it. Whatever. Now that's huge. That's a 4 tap or whatever. Get the fuck out of there, Samurai. It's the cleanest run I've ever seen. That's okay. Hold. Yes! Oh, thank you. Thank you. I didn't deserve it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh. I didn't deserve it. Oh, we'll take it. Oh, man. We're getting into some serious nonsense here, huh? I haven't even done this one. Inhale an enemy. Okay, you can go faster than that. Huge. Every S rank is enormous for us. Enter the door. I know all about this, man. You can't catch it on a bounce, though. That's my bad. Didn't you already S this? I asked the big one. Haha. This is part of the tech to get there. There is movement tech in this, man. Oh, you can get it on the off the bounce. Heinous. Fuck you, dude. Slide at the start, no shot. That's way slower. Don't want to climb too high on that, though. I like that. I like your tech there. A jump instead of a fly right off the bat. Can you just slide, dude? Fuck you. Don't quote the Goo Goo Dolls to me. I lost my tech. I lost my tech. My hands don't feel right anymore. Embarrassing. They don't feel like my hands. Get through the door! Oh, how many Kirby's we got? Holy fuck, boys. That's a ton of Kirby's. That's an awful lot. Copy the enemy's special ability. Easy. Okay, that's a gimme. That's a freebie. Enter the door. This one seems kind of techless. I'm scared. Holy. This is the one we practiced, okay? Fuck you, dude. You already have S? Yeah, that's why I want to do it. Close, close. Not washed, not washed. Get ready. I remember the route. We'll live with that. It's not a PB, but it's an S. Defeat Poppy Bros Sr. Game design. I want to bring one with me. Like this. Yeah, that's the ticket. What? I thought you only had to two-tap him. Oh, you need two enemies in your mouth. Okay. I get it now. Because that shit doesn't work like that in Smash Bros, just for the record. Okay, turns out 3 does not kill him. We take those. That's easy enough. Maybe Kirby's not that hard, man. Defeat the boss and get a star pod. Let me guess, you spit some shit at me, I suck it up and spit it back? Yep. How hard could it be? slowest ass movement in history. Fuck you, dude. Who cares? Give me my star pod. Faster. Much faster entrance. Reduce the travel time of the apples if you can. The speed. Give me the wand. What? This is going to be the exact same speed. I can't do it any faster. What? Okay, that's like, we saved half a second. Good start. How about some apples this time? Am I high? Why is he shooting me first, man? Turns out you cannot suck the shots, you liars. Come on, come on. Last apple travel time is disgusting. Oh my god. Yeah, I agree. Jump and get the apples in the air might be worth something. Great RNG, man. If he shoots first, you get back-to-back apple phases. I'll take your word for it. Do a jump! Do a dash, man! You gotta jump for those? Fuck you. Too slow. I'm in. I'm in at the exact same speed. The crowded ass travel time. No shot. No shot. Oh! I'm faster. I'm slightly faster. 2 apple phases in a row. My god, they didn't lie. They didn't lie. Now we know. Now we know. So maybe attack at the start is actually good RNG. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter. Fucker! We're in so fast now, though. It doesn't get better than that. It doesn't get better than that. That's simply better. Can you believe we S-ranked everything in Ice Climbers, man? What a world. We're getting there. Bit by bit, we're getting there. Like, it seems like it's bad because it's $40 for this, but when you think about it, you're getting like 12 games for the price of 2/3 of a game. So it's actually like one of the best bargains you're ever going to see. My mother-in-law buying my wife bootleg Sega Genesis cartridge with like 500 shitty games on it instead of like Pokemon Red, which is what she wanted. So just dodge the coconuts, enter the second door. Okay. Speed tech. Not that door. Speed tech, please. I know in the tutorial they do things a little different. I'm inclined to say that it's possible the tutorial doesn't know what the fuck it's doing. 12 games that came for free on my phone? Yeah, as long as you ignore like the $700 phone, I guess. It's a different story, like if your parents get it for you. I mean, the Switch is basically like a phone anyway. But it only costs like $99 or something. We could do better. How do you reckon? It's processing power? Fuck. We can do better. Become fire, dude? I don't know what that means. I don't know what Kirby is. I don't know what you do in this game. Come on, we gotta be in there. Aren't these games on the Switch already? Gamers and finding a reason to not buy a game, it's a match made in heaven, man. I will say it is an interesting game. I did mention in the Discord last night, it'll probably be in my top 5 games of the year. And also at the same time, I can't in good conscience recommend that like anybody buys it. Occupies a very strange space there, I'll admit. Am I dashing? I don't see smoke coming out of me. Wow, we can get way better. If I hear the words game drought one more time. What's great for me is this Nintendo World Championships has revealed the hypocrisy of the people who don't like when you call it a game drought. Because now I'm playing a new game, and they're like, no, go back and play an older game. I get it. You were like, please play something new. And then I played this, and you're like, no, not that, man. This is not new, it came out in 1986. Yeah, and Elden Ring isn't new. That shit came out in fucking 2008. It's called Demon Souls. We make these. There's a new spin on the formula, man. Own the Souls frauds. I love Dark Souls, man. The Souls Andes are a little irritating in chat, though. They act like it's the only game that exists, man. Nintendo World Championships. This is it's a breath of fresh air. I could have freeballed that one. Slide under. Like maybe Mesmer, Rolana, I don't know these fuckers. Why don't you talk to me when you beat King of Puppets? Why don't you talk to me when you beat Lexazia, the complete one-a-day multivitamin that also contains a fiber supplement? It's more like a breath of old air. That's true. It's kind of like when you get a toy from Dave & Buster's and when you open up the plastic, you can smell the factory they made it in. And you're like, that can't be good. That smells like heavy metals. This fucking, like it reeks of cadmium. It is a little bit like that. There's an element of that. RNG. Come on, man. Plus, like, to be honest, I would rather, because it's the same guy. You know it's the same guy. I would rather the Elden Ring Andes type, please play Elden Ring in chat, than see what they type when I play Elden Ring, which is always going to be like, you need to put on your Thunderstone Plate ring to take out this boss. And then when you beat the boss without the Thunderstone Plate ring, they're like, well, you could have beaten it faster if you used the ring. Like, don't worry about beating it faster, brother. I had that shit covered when I was like 13. Now, sometimes it's nice to take your time. Then if you use it, they say resin. I understand. You know, it's chatters are very hard to make happy. Lurkers, no, they're just happy to be here and we appreciate them. But like, a chatter, you can see it in Squeaks' chat. They need the perfect game in order to slip into their default state, which is bullying the streamer. They're like, I can't bully the streamer when he's playing Nintendo World Championships. He's already going through it, man. This is the run. Oh. DLC is probably too hard for you anyway. I don't know. I saw XQC beat it in like 2 days, so I think I could probably handle it over the course of a couple weeks. You gotta remember, I got the pizza cutter. I'm built a little different. Okay. Jump. Oh, you need to jump there. Yeah, I'll just jump attack everything anyway. That's why I respect the way Kate's playing the game. She's playing it like parries only. That's the way to do it, man. You actually have to learn the enemy attacks instead of just rolling away when they attack and then jump R2ing. Did you ever S-rank Mario 1? I did. It took close to 2 hours, I'm not gonna lie to you. You do the parry on the MTV. I know what you're talking about. Dire Straits, it's on the Peloton playlist. That little hollow is a millionaire. Jump it, slide it. There's got to be a little tech. There's got to be a little tech